What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Paul, and this is Gainer's Paradise. In today's episode, we're going to talk about one of the most studied supplements on the planet. Well over 1,000 studies. Primarily, most of them are one form of this particular supplement, but it covers everything from building lean mass, power output, to increased strength, better cognitive performance, better digestion, improvement in body composition, improvement in endurance, metabolic rate, blood flow, you name it. It covers a wide variety of different things. There's plenty of studies that support these claims. But more importantly, is this the right supplement for you? Well, my job here is to break it down so you understand the what, the why, and the how of this particular supplement to see if it's part of something that you want to add into a well-rounded training, nutrition, and supplementation program that you already have in place. So first things first, what is creatine? Well, creatine is a molecule that is built out of 3 different amino acids. We actually make it in our body. It's built out of glycine, methionine, and arginine, primarily in the liver, to a lesser extent in the kidneys and the pancreas. But for the most part, we get all that we need within our body to maintain a normal level of cellular energy to perform our day-to-day tasks. But what we're trying to achieve is get a higher level of performance of our efforts in the gym and trying to transform our bodies so that we can get the most out of what we do and get in the best shape of our life. Now, how does creatine work? We can get into the deeper science if you guys want to, but I like to keep things simple. So let's talk about ATP and ADP. ATP is adenosine triphosphate. ADP is adenosine diphosphate. Creatine is great at donating to that ADP to make it ATP so you can have a better cellular energy. Simply put, creatine can increase the production of ATP in a way that gives you a better cellular output, resulting in the list of benefits that I mentioned earlier in the video. Now, what are some of the drawbacks of creatine? Well, there's not too many. Some people can experience digestive distress, and some people experience weight gain, although that's intracellular weight gain, so it's not true negative weight gain in the sense that you'd be putting on body fat or something that you don't want to put on. In fact, when you look at creatine and how it works, in order for it to work, you need more water within the cell itself. So over your first week or so of taking creatine, what you'll notice is about a 5 to 8 pound increase on the scale, but it's really cellular water, meaning creatine, in order for it to do its job, need that extra fluid to get the job done. But on the other side of that is, if you stay consistent with your creatine supplementation, it will improve your strength, and improving your strength can lead to increased muscle mass, hypertrophy. So some things that you may have heard is creatine isn't safe for your kidneys. Well, there is no long-term studies that show that creatine is anything other than safe. In fact, what they found is there's no negative impact at all. People that have been supplementing with creatine for 2 to 5 years straight show no signs of any negative side effects, from the kidneys to your hormonal system to any other system. You may have also heard that creatine could affect your hair health in the way that it may cause hair loss. While it is plausible, it is highly unlikely, because the hormonal impact that creatine has in general on your system is minute at best. But that information comes from a 2009 study that people like to cite as the reason that that might be something to look into. Although I've been taking creatine since I was 16, and while I'm not a spring chicken, I still have quite a bit of hair on my head. So how do we take it? Well, back when creatine first came out, it was suggested that you would load on it for the first 5 to 7 days. Loading would include 20 to 25 grams for 5 to 7 days, and then go down to a daily maintenance dose of anywhere from 3 to 5 or even 5 to 10, depending on the size of human that you are. What I've noticed is when I cycle out of creatine, meaning I'm off of it for a significant amount of time, and then I bring it back on, the loading simply improves the response up front. It doesn't change the way it works. It doesn't change the effectiveness of it over the long term, but I do notice an improvement faster in terms of my strength and recovery if I do the loading over the first 5 to 7 days, as opposed to not doing it. That being said, it is not required to load on creatine to get the benefit. So really the choice is up to you in that way. and you can't lose either way. And lastly, how can you get the most out of your creatine absorption? Well, they found that if you take it with protein or you take it with a carb, a high glycemic carb, like maybe like a juice, you'll improve the uptake of creatine in general. But keep in mind, this is something you already make in your body. You're just adding more fuel to the fire, but you can also find natural sources of creatine in food, such as red meat and some fish. And lastly, let's talk about the question that I get over and over again for the last 20 years is creatine a steroid? No, it's not. It's a combination of amino acids that you build within your body already that has no hormonal impact in terms of influencing your testosterone or any other hormone to a significant degree. With these things in mind, what is it? How does it work? Why would you take it? I hope this video helps you understand whether or not you should add this into your supplementation program based on the goals that you have and the outcome that you desire. My personal experience with creatine has been positive up to this point. Again, I took it back starting in the mid-90s when it first came out. I started taking about 10 grams a day since I was 16 years old, but I've never had any kidney issues. So far, so good. My hormones are in check. The improvements in my strength and my recovery and my muscle mass, I can't give creatine all the credit, but what I like to do is I like to utilize these tools so that the micro improvements on any one tool will compound the overall improvements when they're all stacked together. And that's through training, nutrition, natural supplementation with something like creatine, recovery, and mindset. You dial into those 5, you add into your arsenal the knowledge of creatine, what it does, how it works, and why it would be good for you, and you'll be well on your way to increasing your lean mass, increasing your recovery, helping with that power output, and also gaining the additional benefits that creatine has to offer. With that, if you liked the video, hit the like button. Don't forget to comment below on what you thought you knew about creatine and what you learned in this video today. If you like more of this, let me know as well. Be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell for more, as there will be more on the way. But in the meantime, keep training, keep gaining, and I'll see you on the next episode.